All right, family. Drop out. Big King man. Y'all like, subscribe, and share. Make sure y'all thumb up the video so people can see it. Now, mm, 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 mm. What a shame. Because, I got to dig in the Christians right quick. Because they always be talking shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, whether they know, you know, or not. You know what I'm saying? Because you try to be so devout and so, you know, into your faith or whatnot that you can't accept what nobody else is saying. Because I've noticed, people is willing to unite with the Christians, but the Christians is not willing to unite with them unless we under the banner of Jesus Christ and all of this shit. You see what I'm saying? And then you tell them, we say, well, look, since, you love the Bible or whatnot, you know, let's go. Because if you look in the back of it, it's not America. Because, they swear today that they indigenous to America. But most of these peoples are still Christians and Jews and Islam. Well, with all that was going on, it wasn't America. So that kills that right there. It wasn't Europe. It wasn't South. It wasn't the islands. It was going on in Africa. And see, that's why they got to change, Northeast Africa to the Middle East because, these stories, which it don't belong to them anyway. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these stories, the, even when you talk about, certain stories that's in the book, whether it's Judaism, Christianity, or Islam, a lot of their prayer formations, a lot of the blueprints to the formation of their stories, though they use different characters, come up out of Africa. One of their major teachings is that the kingdom of God lie within. You see what I'm saying? And ye are gods. You see what I'm saying? Which the Hebrews took because they was in uh Egypt for 400 years. And then you see, Moses is the main character. I don't care if you was Islam, Muslim, Jewish or Christian. Moses is the key to everything. That's why you would say Genesis is the first book. But how could you have Genesis before you have Exodus when the birth of all y'all knowledge come from Moses? So that killed that. But I want to talk to the Christians directly because this verse right here confused me. Because y'all say the Bible is perfect, without contradiction, without sin, and come from God or whatnot. Now, what type of God gonna tell David? You see what I'm saying? Which is from the lineage of Judah that Jesus Christ, so-called, was also a part of. Jesus was not a Christian. He was a Jew, okay? If he existed. When you go over there, that's why I was talking about what I was saying. When you go over there, they can't show you nothing. Everything be modern. They can't show you nothing during his time. We got to remember a lot of what was wrote about these people was wrote 300 and 400 years, if not 1,000 years, especially Moses, after he was gone. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of what, because that's why they be like, oh, where the Jews built the pyramids. Because when you go over there, you can't, it ain't nothing. They used to go over there, well on the wall or whatnot. But that's a modern wall. The other one's small as hell, where it used to be right here, and then they moved it. Man, where's the Tower of Babel or whatnot? And then, you look at what David loved Jonathan more than a woman. Now, I got love for the brothers and shit, but I ain't gonna love you more than the woman. You see what I'm saying? That's why the LGBT people could take this book and take all the stuff like this in it and validate what they doing. And according to their Bible, if David could love a man more than a woman, surely they could. Come on now. Now, this right here, man, is scary. You see what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna get into that right now. That's why, you know, Christianity in Africa is very detrimental. That shit is not doing Africa no good. They done had that shit longer than peoples in America, and it ain't doing them no good. And if it ain't done niggas in America no good, it ain't Africa no good. It ain't gonna do niggas in America no good. That just facts. Cause niggas in America done had it for 300 years and ain't done nothing yet. It ain't did nothing but take money from black people. That just facts. That's just fact. But David loved Jonathan, which is another man, more than he loved woman. Now, Christians, y'all got the answer for that. Because this book also say that that is an abomination to man. Now, how could you say, and, you know, that because people get married under this book. But, hold on, you mean to tell me some of these peoples is gay? See, y'all don't realize that other people that had their hands on this book. Y'all got to go to Council of Nicaea. You see what I'm saying? And then that's when they formulated what was gonna be in this book. Before you even got it, before 1611 with King James or whatnot. 1619, 1611 with King James or whatnot. Which who he was the king of Britain and also a homosexual. And that's just facts. He buried in Westminster Abbey beside his lover. And he said he gonna have his John like Jesus did. See? And if you look at he the disciple that be leaning on Jesus all the time. So what y'all don't realize, the New Testament, hell, the Greeks that had their hand on that book, the Romans that had their hand on that book, the British that had their hand on that book, a lot of people that had recent people, especially when you talk about the British, Britannia or whatnot, which is the children of the Greco-Romans or whatnot, initially coming up out of Russia. Hell, they go farther than the Caucasus Mountains. But anyway, Christians, y'all got the answer for this. This is 90% of African countries, 99.9% of African countries don't got no homosexuality in it. The only ones that do is the ones that's Arab based, and then you go down there to South Africa, which is European based. So you will see even those countries is still like 97%, 98%, you know, heterosexual. You know what I'm saying? Man and woman. Not no man, Jonathan and David. So how's, because we know the detrimental, you can't have people being like that. But we don't understand the people, Greeks and Romans, both 300, the Spartans and all of this, the Catholic Church and all this, always had a divinity for homosexuality. Now, if you look up pedophiliaism, they got pedophilia, which means the same thing, sex with children. Now, if you look at the word symposium and the word gymnasium, which are all Greek Roman words, symposium is a meeting. People have symposiums today, and they sit down. That was a Greek ritual, but in there they'll be doing the freaky deaky or whatnot with little children. That just facts. And see, we don't y'all join sororities, AKAs, and all that. Y'all be proud to be Greeks and Romans or whatnot. Not realizing a lot of these peoples was like, this is what David, okay? And then you know, Hebrews. Definitely Hebrews. What is this? Samuel, 2 Samuel 1 and 26. What is this, family? So leave them comments down at the bottom. Y'all thumb it up so the people can see it. And I'll see y'all in a minute. Drop out. Beat King Mine.